Hi guys, it's Miko Martinez, and in this video I'm going to show you 6 simple on-page SEO fixes to skyrocket your traffic. If you don't know who I am a Shopify SEO expert. I've been in the SEO industry for over 6 years now. I've worked on over 200 plus SEO projects, and I've helped scale some of them to over 7 figures in annual revenue. All right, so let's get to the video. 6 simple on-page SEO fixes to skyrocket traffic. This is going to be specifically for shopping pages like product category pages and product pages, because when it comes to e-commerce SEO, we know that these pages are the ones that are going to drive revenue growth. So what's the first one? So the first one is key SEO elements. So the key SEO elements are going to be the H1, URL, and title tag. These are the most important on-page SEO elements. I'm going to show you examples of this. So yeah, I'm actually going to use our trainings on optimizing Shopify collection pages for SEO and product pages for SEO. Basically go through this video. If you want access to these trainings, they're available in our school community, our Shopify SEO mastermind. There's going to be a link in the description to get access to that. So yeah, key SEO elements. So these are going to be the key SEO elements, whether you're working on shopping pages like collection or product category or product pages, and even blog content, right? These are going to be the key SEO elements no matter what. The H1, the URL, and the title tag, right? Product pages as well, H1, URL, title tag. Even blog content, H1, URL, and title tag. These are the key SEO elements because these are the first things that the search engine crawls. So you want to make sure that they're optimized for SEO. You want to make sure that you always include your target keyword in these, right? Here's an example of where you can go wrong, right? So if you're trying to rank for boho coffee table, if that's your target keyword, you need to make sure that your H1, URL, and title tag have boho coffee table in it. Can you spot where the issue is on this page? The issue is there's no H1, right? This is not an H1. If you inspect this, it's not an H1, right? That's the issue here. And if there's no H1, it actually hurts you. So you want to make sure that, again, your H1, URL, and title tag have your target keyword in it. Here's another example. So they actually fixed this. I made a video on this 2 weeks ago. And 2 weeks ago, instead of text on their collection or product category pages, they actually had an image, right? When I looked at the source of the page, the H1 was there. It had men's adaptive pants in it. But on the front end, visually, they didn't have text here. They used to have an image saying men's adaptive pants. And I mentioned that that could have been an issue on my video. I'm not sure exactly how search engines see that, but I said that it might be an issue. And here we are 2 weeks later, they changed it from an image to actual text, right? And those are just, some issues that you can face when you're just trying to optimize these key SEO elements, right? You just want to keep it simple, make sure that your target keyword is in your H1, URL, and title tag, right? So that's the first thing, right? It's, it seems pretty obvious, but you'll be surprised at how many brands still get this wrong. Number 2, detailed descriptions. So this is referring specifically to your product category and product descriptions. You want to provide in-depth details about the collection or the product. You don't want to, specifically for product pages, you don't want to copy paste the manufacturer's descriptions. So the problem with that is you'll have difficulty ranking with duplicate content. Like if that content exists in your manufacturer's website and it exists the same piece of content exists on your site, you'll have a problem ranking for that because it's not unique content, right? So when it comes to descriptions, you want to make sure that it's unique, and you just want to simply for example, for product categories or collections, you want to explain what makes this collection different from other brands. What are the features and benefits, right? Certifications, how-tos, etc. It's also important to keep it short because this isn't a blog post. If you have too much content on the page, it might actually hurt your rankings because the search engine can see that, wait a minute, the other pages that are ranking for these keywords only have 500 words. Why does this one have 3,000? Maybe it doesn't match search intent, right? And doesn't rank well because of that. You want to be very careful about the content you actually include in these descriptions. Same with the product descriptions, right? You want to keep it short, 500 to 1,000 words. You want to highlight features and benefits, again, specifications even, and yeah, detailed product description. Again, the idea is that this is not a blog post. Keep it as short as possible, right? What makes this product different from other products? Features and benefits, ingredients, suggested use, directions, etc. Right? The idea here is that adding more content to these shopping pages improves relevance with the search engines and gives the search engines more context as to what the page is about, right? The more useful content you have on these shopping pages, the more you're showing the search engine that you are the expert or authority in your industry, right? Specifically for product category pages, a lot of people fail to have a longer collection description, and they only have like an H1 short description and then the product grid, which is like, it's very common to see on e-commerce brand sites, but it's not good for SEO, right? Because if you're not providing the search engine with much information, how does the search engine determine whether you're the expert or authority in your industry? So that's number 2, have more detailed descriptions. And it doesn't necessarily have to be long, but it has to be quality, right? Next, number 3, FAQs. So adding FAQ accordions to shopping pages, like both your product, your collection and product pages, is a good way to just add more content to these shopping pages, right? And it's not just adding the content, but it's like, again, you're showing the search engine that you are the expert or authority in your industry because you're answering more questions that potential customers, potential users might have before deciding to purchase. It's not just good for the search engine, but it's good for your customers as well. So it's nice, or it's very good to have or add FAQs to your collection and product pages, right? And the idea is just to answer common customer questions to help with their purchase decisions, right? And this is how we do it, just an accordion. An accordion is good because you can add a decent amount of content without ruining or hurting user experience, right? Because it's not taking too much space. It's not blocks of text. Like they can open, if this is the question they want answered, they can just open that specific question, right? It's a good way to answer customer questions without hurting user experience. Next, reviews. So reviews are not just important for SEO, but they're important for like e-commerce and conversions, right? In the end, right? So no matter what, you want customer reviews on your site. And customer reviews are very common on product pages, right? Like most product pages will have customer reviews, but they're not as common on product category or collection pages, right? Because they're not built into the themes. So what you want to do for your collection or product category pages is actually manually find 3 great product reviews and feature them on your collection pages. Again, there aren't any downsides. Number 1, they help with conversions as they do on product pages. And if you select like reviews, or if you feature reviews with your target keywords in them, they're actually great for SEO as well, right? So yeah, on product pages, they're usually built in and you don't really have to worry about that. And most e-commerce brands will have this on their product pages because it's pretty common to have these because they help with conversion. So they're pretty standard when it comes to e-commerce sites. But on product category or collection pages, they're not built in. So you don't want to use an app because it slows down the site. So just use simple HTML in your collection description, or you can use custom meta fields to feature like at least three great product reviews on your collection page like this. And yeah, they will help with conversions. And again, if your target keyword is in these reviews, they do help with SEO and rankings as well. Number 5, schema. So you want to use schema to show rich snippets in search results. I'll show you an example of that. So that's specifically for product pages. So these are the 4 types of schema you should be using on product pages: product schema, review schema, FAQ page schema, and breadcrumb schema. Again, the reason we want to use schema on our product page is because not only does it help with SEO, but it also improves CTR by making your listing stand out. Here's an example of how that looks like. See? You see the difference between IKEA, Wayfair, and Walmart? Like IKEA and Walmart have the star ratings, the store rating, a price range, and even like their return policy. Wayfair does not have any of that because they failed to implement schema correctly. And there's a big difference. Like if this is like the SERP real estate, IKEA and Walmart are taking up more SERP real estate because Wayfair failed to implement schema properly, right? Like Wayfair has the images and like one short line, while IKEA has a lot more information, right? And it just stands out more, okay? And schema is usually built into a lot of these Shopify themes, but you still want to double check to make sure it's working because you can see the big difference it makes if it's not working correctly, right? Okay. And the last thing is internal links. Like internal links has been something that has worked really well for us recently because we've been experimenting on how to implement them. And if they're implemented properly, internal links can move the needle a lot, right? And they're not very difficult to implement, right? You want to use contextual links to connect relevant collections, sub-collections, product pages even, and blog posts. Again, based on our experience recently, these are really powerful when it comes to moving the needle, especially in like a short time horizon, right? I'll show you an example on like collection or product category pages, because like again, usually these are not either non-existent or very short on most e-commerce sites. By creating like a longer or more detailed collection description, you allow yourself to add more internal links, right? This is how they do it on MyProtein, right? You internally link to other product category pages, possibly product pages, and even some key blog posts. And the same is on, let's say, like blog content. It's even more important than blog content, I think, right? You want to make sure that, because like blog content, like, yeah, it's nice to rank the blog content, but I think blog content, especially on e-commerce sites, like their use case or the goal with blog content is to actually support the rankings of your shopping pages, because the shopping pages, again, will drive majority of your revenue growth through SEO, right? It's very important that you implement internal links properly on your blog content, right? Wherever it makes sense, you want to have an internal link. Like look at this on Healthline, right? They have internal links everywhere, right? So as long as it makes sense, add the internal link, okay? And yeah, that's it. So those are the 6 simple on-page SEO fixes to skyrocket your traffic immediately. If you want access to each of these trainings and more, right, I recommend you check out our school community. There's a link in the description. And it's not just on-page SEO, it's basically the whole playbook. Like we teach you how to do technical SEO audits. We teach you how to optimize your Shopify site speed, all the on-page SEO stuff, keyword research, navigation, and site structure. And then these trainings right here, shopping page optimization, blog content optimization, and even how to do link building, foundational links, guest posting, niche edits or link insertions, help a reporter out, etc., etc. It's all available there in the school community. So check it out in the link in the description. Yeah, that's it for now. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for listening. Cheers.